And we are back with Jim Ike right here on Golden Icons.
See here.
Let's talk about your mom. When I found out that your mom had passed, I was like, because I know how much, she meant to you. The first interview I had with you, you spoke so candidly about her. You mentioned her, you described her as a strong woman. The only woman who
the strongest woman I know.
Strongest woman. The only person that can calm you down and make you change your decision.
She still can.
And you also describe her as the family goofer.
Yeah, she's it's that's my best friend. Will always be. I told myself that I don't think anything will make me acquire a tattoo of piercing. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. From day one, I made that clear. Yesterday, I was thinking how I can bind with her, that everywhere I am on the plane, in private, wherever, I can reach for something physical. I have something mental and indelible for the rest of my life, but I wanted something that could sort of connect me, say physically, because every other thing is taken care of spiritually, mentally, psychologically, in every sense. I just needed something, and I thought about tattoo. And I called my driver and said, I want to go get a tattoo. And I didn't want to change my mind about it. And I went and did it. Unfortunately, you can't see it. It's right here, but maybe you see later sometime. I wrote Gladys Forever. It's right here. You see very sore a bit. I touch it a bit. That's one of the tribute. And the fact that I rest in peace to be in the place you wish the most to be there, surrounded by love. When I'm done with that house, I'm going to bury her, then I'm going to shut the house down. Nobody can live there. I'm going to shut it down. I'll go there once a year or twice a year, as many times as I can, but I don't want anybody to live there.
How was that hearing that?
I was in London, and I'll tell you something. I was working in London, and it's extraordinary because they delayed the news by 2 days. My dad didn't know how to call me and tell me. My sisters didn't know. I was sitting there in London, and I called my driver, and I was running late for a meeting, a really important meeting. My boss asked me to handle it, and the next thing, I called my driver, like, where are you? He said he's going to pick up my cousin and my best friend. And I'm like, why are you going to pick them up when you have a meeting right now? He said, no, it's by the station, it should be here. And before then, I'll tell you kind of about that on my mom. I was calling my house and I don't do it. I called my baby sister, she won't pick up the phone. I called my big sister-in-law, she won't. I called everybody. I called my aunt. Nobody. My aunt finally picked up, like, she was, hey, how you doing? You're in London. I said, auntie, something is not right. I didn't think death. I just thought maybe something was wrong with her. Yeah, she's ill again. And listen, I'm calling these girls, nobody's picking up the phone. And there's a certain time if you call my dad, you're wasting your time. If like, let there be world war, he's not taking his call. So I didn't bother calling him. That feeling of melancholy stayed till the next day. In the morning, when the door opened and my driver was standing there in London at the Hilton Paddington, the door opened. They knocked. I opened the door. My driver was standing, and behind him, my cousin and my friend. And then my driver gave me, and my cousin and my friend walked in. I just looked at his friend, his face. He said, "Be a man." I said, "Shut up. Don't. If you say it, you're getting a kick in your face. I promise you." Just stay there. So I picked up the phone, called my sister. For some reason, because I'm sure they spoke to them that they are there already. So she picked up the phone and I said, "Tell me she's normal. Don't worry. Be brave. Just tell me." She started crying. I cut the phone. I told everybody to leave the room. I called the hotel manager. Said, "Where is your remotest branch?" He said they had one in Croydon that is very remote. Right. I said, "I want to be there in the next 1 hour or I'll lose my mind. Whatever I want to do now, I can't do it here." So I don't know how they moved my things that fast, got me in the car. I don't remember. I just remember that I ended up in that hotel, going to the room, and I told everybody to go. And I stayed in that state for 3 days. Whatever happened is not something I'm willing to discuss, but what they say, something that is always best that a son buries a mother. I think they're wrong, because they don't understand certain intricacies in life, and they say that you never recover from the loss of a mother. I think they're right, because when the tears go, and a lot of things too, that the daily craving and loss and sometimes anger, whole area of emotions go. What stays behind for the rest of your life is this dull ache in your heart. No daughter, no child, no family, no woman. Nobody can erase it. That's what you have to live with for the rest of your life. So for certain people that don't have a special relationship with their parent, and that happens, and they move on and they carry on, I think they're extremely lucky. I share the most beautiful memories of my life that nobody can replicate with Gladys, and I just wake up every day, and my strength, my prayer has always been the strength to be able to, just buy time, be able to do stuff. I've stayed extremely busy since it happened, and my sisters have been like, you have amazing strength, you're a lion. People have commended me up and down, but what they don't understand is not that, it's just the need to keep moving. Because if I stand still for 5 seconds, yeah.
So is that why you've taken up all these projects? You were explaining your schedule that you had for me, that you've been on this week. It's just
6 cities in 1 week.
Yeah.
You can now imagine how preposterous it is when somebody's accusing you of double timing your 2 women. When I've been to 6 cities in a week coming in, and I just, what I did? I called a meeting. I called a meeting of all our staff, all our ADs. I called a meeting. My boss attended that meeting. I sat everybody down. I said, everybody, everything you have concerning travel, bring it to my desk. He said, no, he doesn't think it's a good idea. I said, listen, I'm not asking you. I know, you're like my older brother, you're the president. I said everything that concerns meetings outside these borders, everything that concerns putting together anything that concerns mobility, I want it on my table, I'll resign. So they piled everything, including the relevant, irrelevant stuff. I need to keep moving. I need to buy time. Time is the only thing that can heal. And if I don't buy that time, it will buy me.
When I heard it, I can't imagine the pain, but I was like, this dude is going to break.
It is an elemental force like none other. It's not physical pain. I can deal with physical pain. Trust me. My own strength is on a whole different level. I've tested myself in every way imaginable. This is not something you can readily put your finger on. It's not something you're brave about. It's not something you're strong about. It's not about strength. It's not about mental, psychological, spiritual strength. It's just stronger than you. I owned up. After 2 minutes, I just said, this thing is stronger than me. I can't fight it. And I knelt down and invited God. And I don't know where the insight came from. The insight was, stay mobile. I'm mobile every time. At night, I'm mobile. Call me 3 a.m. and test me. I'm mobile. I'm doing something. There must be something at a time zone somewhere that needs some kind of, and I'm doing it. I stay mobile.
Fondest memory that you have of
her? The ability to make a joke out of everything. She was gifted in it. I took it, but I did not develop it as much as she wanted me to. She wanted me to develop the ability to laugh at anything and anybody very easily. But just going out there and trying to be a man by myself got me a little too serious and intense. She had an amazing gift. There's nothing you told my mom that she didn't find a way to laugh about it. Nothing. We've talked about accidents. There was a time I had my hand and my leg hanging on a spring from a bike accident, and I was on the phone lying to them that I was fine. I was taking my exams. So when they busted me, I remember what my dad said. I don't want to recount it here. I know what my uncle said. I don't want to talk about it because they were really disappointed in me. When she came, she looked at me after getting my. She just looked at me. And I know what she said. I don't want to share it, but I was in pain, but I was laughing. No other person could do that. So it's a gift I really wish I had developed. But since I didn't develop it that well, I did. I can laugh at things after a few days. I may not laugh that first day, but I'll laugh after a few days. And I wish a daughter or somebody in my life, a woman in my life, somebody that's intricate, somebody that's a moving force in my life that I can do with that every day, must develop it. It's all I pray for now, that my daughter, a son, or somebody that's very relevant in my life will have that quality, because it's the thing I miss most in my life. I suspect that's what I'm going to miss for the rest of my life if I don't find it.
So, but you do realize that there's a saying that, well, it's not a saying, but there's a belief that the spirit of a parent, especially the mothers, never leaves.
It's here. It's here, and it's here for the rest of my life. That's all I need.
Coming this fall. Live in Houston, Texas. The Guillermo Awards, October 25th, 2014.